stuff I like to hear.
Alrighty, and we are live.
Sweet.
With any luck tonight, we won't have the stream issues that we did last time.
Why would you put that out in the universe?
Because it's who I am. It's what I do.
Did you buy another can of internet?
I tried. So, kicking us off like we normally do, welcome again to another Scape Games Presents, a 5th edition homebrew based in the Forgotten Realms, and specifically throughout the region of the Vast, with Ravens Bluff, the fabled city of adventurers, as our party's home base. The Arachnophobia crew invites you to join in on our sessions live on Wednesdays at 6:30 Central, 7:30 Eastern. Come in, comment, heckle, and use channel points to affect the outcomes of the game. For those watching this after the fact, make sure to like, subscribe, rumble, whatever's appropriate for the medium on which you found us. And of course, if you're subscribed here on Twitch, we do very much appreciate the support. Now, who'd like to kick us off with what happened last time?
So we ended up in what we think is the Feywild.
Mm-hmm.
Kibble's missing.
That is true.
Draho went up a tree, ended up in another tree.
And then tried to drown himself.
Created chum.
Got a crown stuck on his head.
It's not a crown, it's a helmet. If it was a crown, it would have went on my head before I asked to be looked at.
Fair enough. Fair
Noted.
enough.
Noted.
You can only wear one thing at a time. Just saying.
Can you, or with enough magic?
I mean, it has like the frilly thing. I could probably wrap a crown around the top of the horn parts.
Why do I bother? Why do I bother? Also, why am I not coming up in the thing?
It's a good
I
question.
don't know. What did you do?
I didn't do anything.
There you
There.
are. So, I believe where we finalized at our leave-off, you guys had heard a wailing cry that sent your minds kind of spinning, off into visions of potentially a loved one, a friend, an acquaintance, or even someone that we don't like, that you have some sort of attachment to and wouldn't want to see in a terrible situation. We're leaving that to player agency this time, so you guys are going to get to drive the narrative story here for a bit. Who wants to start with what vision they had?
I can start if no one else has anything planned.
Go for it.
Okay, so for Drawho, it would be because it's in the house, right? We're seeing this in the house.
You can see it basically anywhere that said person you think might be.
Okay.
Anywhere
So
in the
it's just where-
multiverse.
Oh, okay. So it doesn't have to be obviously in the house. It can be-
Correct.
okay.
Mhm.
Then yeah, Drawho would see a very lavish and expansive manor in the style of Myth Draenor. One that he saw a lot growing up but never lived in a very, very dark, vibrant green color for a lot of the decor. That happens to be the home of his childhood best friend and current worst enemy, Marilyn Laveau. He is the guy that scammed Drawho into investing in a scheme. Then when the scheme was busted by the crown, he was set up as the mastermind and banished for it.
Was it
So-
vaguely pyramid shaped?
So he's very, very not happy with the guy. His whole goal is he wants to see him take him before the king and confess his crimes to get his honor back. So he sees the house is currently being raided by essentially just a swarm of drow. Just a huge drow-like assault party storming through the manor, tearing the place up, and just attacking the family, guards dying left and right. His friend Mirlin is currently tied to a chair, getting the crap kicked out of him by a couple of drow strongmen
Is there perhaps a battle mage?
Uh, you guys really want to throw that battle mage I have a grudge with? Yeah, sure. Let's throw her in there.
Still a better love story than Twilight.
And there's that female Drow battle mage that Drow chased down extremely aggressively and failed to capture. Seems to be leading the whole endeavor. So Drow cares because if his friend is beaten to death, well, former friend is beaten to death, then nobody will be able to clear his name and get his banishment reversed.
Okay.
There you go.
So, who wants next?
So Nivara sees her father in a very alien-looking city with everything, like streets, kind of, like odd angles that are not possible for streets to intersect at on the material plane. In the background, she sees a huge palace with 66 ivory towers, polished to like a mirror finish. He's fleeing from something, like dark shapes in the streets. Can't quite make out what they are, but they're very abyssal looking.
Okay.
And of course, she does not want him to come to any harm because she's going to kill him herself.
All right. Any other notes you want to throw in there?
No, that's good.
All right. Who's next? Ark Misaki?
For Ark, he sees his sister. The land around her is desolated, completely blighted, just black, charred. The trees are all dead. Most of them are seemingly burnt to the ground, petrified. His entire tribe is just laying there in various states of the decay. She's trying her best to bring life back to the land, and just nothing. And this ever-present darkness just kind of slowly overtakes her, and she just screams.
Okay. And Misaki?
So the image opens up, and you see just fuzz, static, mist. And you hear the creak of wagons plodding along, the jingle of the tack and harness on the horses pulling, and coming into view as a dim glow as you see a wagon being driven by colorfully clad people, vagabonds. And as the train progresses, you see one that's more of a slaver's cage, and in it you see a Far East individual and gray-haired and bearded man in monk's robes sitting, as there is no way out of the cages in, leaving behind as he travels little origami pieces that he uses to keep himself occupied, and he just sets them to flutter off. As the caravan progresses through the mist and the fog, you hear various wailings and growls and snarls as it pans back, and off in the distance you see a castle. Off in the other distance you see a tower, and as it pans further back you see storm clouds and lightning as the mist envelops the rest of the scenery and it winks out.
All right, beautiful. And so with that, as your guys' minds are spinning with this, a haze kind of has formed in front of your eyes, but it slowly recedes. And as you're looking around at each other, you notice that Kaizen is no longer there.
Uh-oh.
This is getting old fast.
Yeah.
I'm going to look around. I'm assuming no footprints, just disappeared
Correct.
like kibble.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Kibble's still not here.
There's no sense of this place.
So what would you like to do?
Assuming we have to get to the house, since A, that's where the whaling came from, and B, there's nowhere else to go.
Okay.
Do we have a boat?
Not that you see.
Well, I mean, Drow, being the act first, think later type, he's real upset at the fact that if Marilyn gets killed by a bunch of Drow thugs and assassins, he's basically banished forever. So he just jumps in the water and starts swimming.
Okay. So
He assumes his helmet lets him swim faster.
as you get into the water and kind of flop into it, it's only about a foot or two deep.
In fairness, Drow would have known that if he was, since he ducked his head underwater so many times.
Yep.
So he wouldn't have belly flopped into it like I was thinking. So he would have just started running.
Okay.
That log that's in the water, is it floating or is it just kind of like there?
It's submerged about halfway, and that's as much as the water comes up to it.
Okay. Does Ark think that the log next to him will float?
Also moderately submerged and kind of engaged with some vines, seaweedish kind of thing, underneath the water.
The one on the shore?
Oh, sorry, I thought you were talking about the tree-ish one on the left.
No.
Potentially it might.
Okay, I'm gonna try to push it in the water.
Okay. You do so with relative ease. It gets out there and sinks to about halfway like a log should. Does feel like it's kind of dragging against the bottom.
Got it. Okay, no cover then. All right.
Need for cover. We're attacking Drow. Get at it.
In the water. Tactics, man. All right. Well,
Attack the Drow.
Drow, I don't know what you think we're doing here, but there aren't any Drow.
He's not listening.
okay. Well,
He's screaming about Drow real aggressively as he charges into the water.
okay. Well, until I can actually get across the water, I'm going to pull out my shield
Okay.
and just hold it in front of me.
So,
Navarra,
go ahead.
I was going to say, Navarra walks up next to Ark and asks why we let Drow off the leash.
Why do you think we let him do anything? Also, I'm going to try to catch up and grab the rope.
Alrighty. Misaki following?
Yeah.
Alright. So, as you begin to traverse the lake, you find that at no point does the water seem to come up more than a foot or two. And as you start to near the small house and cast your gaze over the lake, you can see two distinct structures, one to the east, one to the west, though far off in the distance. The details of the home, however, are still somewhat fuzzy in your view. That great wailing sound can still be heard. The somber heart of someone in dire pain. Though the way the sound undulates, it's in such a way that you're not sure whether it's physical pain, emotional, or both.
Well, Drow can only hope it his friend is suffering both emotional and physical pain. So yeah, I'm gonna keep traveling if nothing's gonna stop me.
So far, so good.
Yep, then I'm gonna dash to get up onto land.
All right.
We're not in combat, so we don't have to dash.
This is true.
Still, same difference.
All right. Well, I'm going to keep pace with Draho as best I can.
All right.
And technically, I'm faster than him. So.
Yes, but are you as light? Remember, I'm elf. We walk on snow.
This is
Remember that
liquid
from the
water,
movie.
not solid water.
I remember that from the movie. We walk on snow.
Again, liquid water, not solid.
Don't
Rules are
matter.
different.
So,
Water is water.
closing in on the rather small island, the details of the house become ever clearer. Much of the wooden structure seems to have rotted away over many years, only to be patched back in with mud and grass. The entire structure sways ever so slightly in the night's breeze and drizzle. The wailing stops and is replaced by a question. Who goes there? Is there something or someone you're missing? Only mere moments later do you realize that the question was not asked out loud, but rather something quietly asked in the recesses of your own minds.
Add it to the list of voices I hear on a daily now.
I think we all heard it this time.
Yeah, but Draho's gonna ignore it. He's used to hearing voices in his head by this point. Do I
Navarro
still
will look around at the other people and give them a look to see if they heard it too.
And I heard it too.
Is Draho still seeing his friend in trouble? Can you get to him?
You're no longer in the vision itself.
Well, that's a shame.
Gonna look at everybody else and say I've got a bad feeling about this.
Huh? Well, what was that out loud?
Is anyone else's stream buffering right now?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it just stopped.
It just stopped.
Okay. Just keep track of that.
Buffer?
So what are those
Fun.
4 disc-shaped things again?
So those are the large kind of wooden tree trunks that are holding the house up.
Gotcha.
And then I assume the thing on the bottom is like the stairs going up.
Correct. The thing over on
And-
the right is kind of like a fire pit.
I don't like this arc, but I don't see any other way. Why don't we go check out what's upstairs?
I'm investigating. So the stairs start here or on the other side?
Yeah, they start right over there.
Yay. Okay. I must slowly make my way up there
All right.
with the maul in hand.
It winds around the house several stories up until it comes to a heavy wooden door.
My favorite enemy. Is anyone coming up behind me or
Yeah, Navarro will come up with you.
Draho?
I'll be right behind you guys.
Your
Bow in
standard-
hand,
Your standard
arrow
cover is there.
knocked. Yep. Arrow drawn. Knock. Oh, well, now I can shoot 3 arrows in a row, so
And
I
are
have
there-
to have
are there
1
any-
knocked, 2 in my teeth.
How'd you get ahead of me? Is there?
Oh, am I on the wrong side of the stairs?
I mean, I assume that the door's on this side.
Yep.
Okay. And are there any windows
There are not.
or openings of any kind?
Oddly, no. So it looks very much like something that has probably once had windows, but they've all been like either boarded or mudded over.
Gotcha. I'm going to knock politely.
Okay. Come in, dearie. Come in. I can help.
This is a hag, isn't it? I will open the door.
All right.
Catch her, chat.
And Ark disappears.
Poof.
I think I'm going to go to another map. At least I hope I'm going to another map.
Yep, that is correct.
Okay.
And sharing is where? Sharing.
Sharing is not caring.
Non-sharing.
I'm very cowardly for the tank. Are you done loading it?
Yeah, I'm seeing it right now.
No, but I need to know if he's done loading it or if he has placed something.
Nope. Currently there is just kind of that bed. The room itself, and let me give you the description. So entering through the main floor, you find yourself looking up at a short flight of stairs to what might be a small bedroom. A dim lit fire comes from the far end of the room, and an old woman lays in an oversized bed surrounded by pillows. Each one is individualistically distinct in color and pattern, each from some cloth that originated in various different places from far across the expanse of Faerun.
Can you describe the old woman?
She seems pallid in color, heavily wrinkled, probably in her late 70s. Her hair is somewhat stringy, very white, and she seems to be dressed in kind of a thin, sheer silk, but has the covers pulled up basically to her neck with her hands just kind of holding at the covers.
This is a wolf disguised, isn't it?
Is there anything off about her hands?
Not that you notice.
This is a wolf disguise, isn't it?
Could use the dust of deliciousness right now.
Come in, dearie. Help yourself to some of my peppermint if you'd like. And if you could hand me one, I can't quite reach. And you see her kind of reaching out towards that nightstand in front of you. There's a bowl of little kind of peppermint candies.
Well, I will not have one, but I will use my maul to sort of inch it toward her.
Okay. So it just takes a couple inches to get it within her reach, and she kind of pulls it a little bit closer, grabs one of the candies and pops it into her mouth. Oh, it's so much better. So, how can I help you? What are you missing?
I'd rather not be in here alone.
God, let us know what's happening. You just walked in a door without telling us what's going on.
I was waiting for you to make room for somebody to come in.
I'm trying to make
I
room,
can
but DM is not approving my movement.
You've been approved multiple times. Who's coming in next?
Navarro was next.
Okay.
Then Drawho, then assumably Misaki.
I want to know what's in the fire pit before I come up the stairs.
Oh, I suppose it would help if I hit her.
What is in the fire pit? Yes, assuming he has to make a perception check.
So in the fireplace up here, nothing but burning wood that you see.
There. Nero's going to step back in this corner and lean against the table cautiously.
Okay.
I'm also going to keep a close eye on this door over here.
Okay. Oh, you all aren't the talkative type, are you?
We're just getting a feel for the situation.
Well, come in.
I don't even know if you're real or not.
Oh, I'm very real, dearie. I've seen many things and know many things, and am often of assistance in finding lost things. Have you lost anything?
Actually, yes. We lost our kobold.
Oh, you have a kobold? I didn't
Navarro's
know
gonna-
for slavers.
Poke him in the ribs with her quarterstaff.
What? I'm asking if they know where my butler is.
What did I tell you about talking to people here?
Well, I'm either talking to an illusion that I created in my mind, or
We all see it.
okay, I'm talking to an illusion we created as a mass hallucination, or it's somebody that might be able to help me find kibble.
And as she points to the kind of chest of drawers to the left, you didn't notice it before, but now there's a crystal ball sitting there.
How many knuckles?
Ooh.
How many knuckles?
Only the standard hands. If you'll hand me the crystal ball, I can try and
I will
locate
go
your
pick up
friend.
the crystal ball.
I'm gonna stop you from doing that.
Does anyone have mage hand?
I will mage hand it to you.
Oh, so you're just gonna lift it over my head before I can grab it?
Yes.
Okay. I have
So,
it. You don't
as
need to show
Drow-
off.
I told you not to touch things here. You need to start paying attention, Drow.
To be fair, Drow probably shouldn't touch anything anywhere. Just a general rule.
Okay, so yeah, I guess we'll mage hand it over to the lady and see what
Yes.
she does.
So I just as Drow grabs it, I'll scoop in with the mage hand and pick it up and drop it
All right.
on the bed.
So as he's getting to it, that mage hand begins to lift it up. And then everyone go ahead and roll me dexterity saving throws.
God. Do I see the source of this coming at me?
Seems to be from probably somewhere in the armoire.
So yes.
We'll say yes.
Okay.
Whoop. It double rolled for some reason. No, it
dirty
didn't. That was
20.
another roll. Never mind. Wow, we both got 18.
Yeah, you did.
Do you want one for me also, Kidro?
You will not need one because you are functionally in the stairwell.
Okay.
Also, does my warning halberd give off any warning signals?
It does, just as that's being cast.
Cast.
Yep. There it is. Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. 88. Okay.
Oh,
Was it a lightning?
It was not. So this bursting cone of cold comes flying out of that armoire from a very small hole, affecting Draho, Ark, and Naivara. Base damage is 33. If you... Looks like everybody actually saved. Yep. So half that again for Ark, because I'm assuming that you're using your, what is it, preternatural sense, something like that. That allows you to immediately rage.
It allows me to act normally in a surprise round if I rage first.
Okay.
So are you going to count that as this or no?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yep. And with that, everyone go ahead and roll initiative.
Okay, so
So what was the damage total?
Base is 33.
33, so
That'd be 16.
16 and then 8.
Yay for temp HP.
Okay. 17. Oh. Wait a minute.
Ark, you said 17 on that
Yeah.
initiative?
Yeah.
Okay.
And actually, if I raged, would I then get my primeval pounce?
Yes, you would.
Okay. Where is the old lady?
She is still on the bed.
we about to murder an old lady because her house may be rigged?
Yes.
Okay, now we know that it's her fault.
And what you saw is
Lake hag. That implies the mother lake hag.
As that cone of cold goes out, her visage completely shifts and changes. Her skin sags worse. Her gossamer gown kind of falls off and is replaced by dirty, hole-ridden, leathered rags with various different feathers and leaves and things that are interwoven within it. Her hands elongate into large claws, and she kind of snarls.
Well, I snarl.
Yep. All right. Let's see. Ivara is top of the round. You get a preemptive attack with that pounce.
Oh, yay. Reckless attack.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. Time for everyone's favorite game. 21.
Will hit.
Good. Oh, I don't have my damage dice out. Why? That's all I do. Okay, and okay. So 10 bludgeoning damage, 5 fire damage, and does this count as a whole turn or?
Just we'll call it preemptive strike, because this is the, well, no, for you it's functionally the whole turn, but none of you are technically surprised because of Draho's stuff, so it really
then
is just going to
I'll let her stay where she is.
Okay.
I'll let her stay where she is.
All right. So we'll start off at the top of the round, Nivara.
All right. So at what point did the cone of cold come out? Was it like as soon as I picked up the?
Correct. As soon as that crystal ball was lifted.
Okay. So I'll immediately drop it.
Okay.
And start shooting Eldritch Blast.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me a d12.
D12. Okay.
Oh boy. Right off the bat with nonsense.
Okay, noted.
I don't like that you said noted. It's ominous. And vague.
All right. I'm good to start shooting.
Yep.
I don't know why that rolled twice. Oh, because I'm targeted on me for some reason. I don't know why.
Corrected.
Okay. So the first one would have been 29.
That will hit. 11 damage already.
Second one was a 24. Should also hit.
Yep. For another 10 damage. Third is a hit with a 19. And for 9.
And bonus action, do it again.
Beautiful for another 13 and 11. And what was it, 14, or do you have one more to go?
That was 6.
Okay, perfect.
And then just back up in the corner.
Perfect. All right. And that'll bring us to Draho. So you saw that globe lift slightly, and then were blasted in the face with cold.
And as soon as I get a cold blast to the face, my halberd's like, oh, by the way, you're in danger.
I warned you.
Proving that it's becoming less and less useful to me. Okay, well, question is, should I bother trying to shoot, or should I just get up there and start doing the stabs?
I mean, at the moment, you're still at range.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, let's go for ranged attacks for now. Okay. Target it.
Looks good. $23 is a
Ooh,
hit.
that's a hit. I can re-roll that, right? My pierce thing.
Give me just a sec to correct
Yes, you
damage.
Let me double check that was what it said.
Yeah, I think it's once per turn.
When you hit a creature with an attack that deals piercing damage, you can re-roll one of the attack's damage dice.
Yep.
That's once per turn. So yeah, we're going to use it on this one. We'll roll a new D8. Or should I just click the attack damage again?
Yeah, just the damage again. I've corrected
Okay.
already.
Sweet.
Much better with a 23.
Nice. And then shot number 2.
Natural 1.
Well, that's okay. Shot number 3, because I'm a fighter.
Natural 2.
Okay.
You did twice as good.
There's nothing I can arc that shot towards, huh?
Not that you know of.
Yeah.
That also is ominous.
Okay, so after
Say that
doing
again?
that, I am going to tuck up in this corner between the shelf and the fireplace.
Alrighty.
And I'm just going to keep my eye on the hag and this door down here, because I know something's coming out of that door eventually.
Okay. That'll bring us to Arc.
Arc smash. Okay. These are getting potentially worse. So 22.
Will hit.
Okay. Okay. Getting rid of these dice. That's yeah. So that's 11 bludgeoning damage, 3 fire damage. Put her 5 feet up and to the right. Right there. Smashy again. 20. Oh no, 21.
Double checking. Yep, will hit.
The fact that you have to check. that does not bode well.
No, it's
There
fine.
we go.
I hit on an 18 or a 19. So.
There we go. Okay. So that's 16 bludgeoning damage, 5 fire damage.
All right.
And I can't use my bonus action, so
Okay.
I'm just going to look at her and say, "This is not hospitality."
Welcome to the Holiday Inn. Misaki.
Okay. How far up the stairs am I?
You'd be at the base of the door, so figure you're 5 feet off your current space.
I cleaned up the cat act.
Okay. Centered on the hag.
Mm-hmm.
10-foot radius.
Well,
Okay.
I thought
Sorry, Ark.
And is that in your spell action setup?
As in, do I have it in my spells?
Yep.
Yes, so I can drop the save
Yep.
for you.
Perfect.
I don't know.
Wanted to ask what this is that you're trying to do on a very, very red thing.
Oh, my new puzzle stick. Oh, goody.
Am I actually select there?
Just in time.
Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I have it selected.
Well, I thought they were
Do,
horrible.
do, do, do.
They want to come over before I tear up the puzzle.
Why did I roll 3d20s? Probably because I selected myself as well.
I think it had to roll for its save.
No. Well, hang on.
I only see 2.
I
No.
thought I saw 3 dice drop. Okay.
What kind of save is this?
Oh, it's because it's yeah, it's accurate.
Oh. Okay. Lovely. There's probably one for the house,
I
too.
wanted to roll my own.
There's one
save.
for the house, too, isn't it? It's a dex save.
Go ahead.
Oh, I get advantage on those.
Yep.
So, should I roll my own?
Yeah.
Okay. Wow. Okay. 21.
Okay. And just to make this easy, we're going to hop in here and do one of these. With preferably a higher roll. That's better. Okay. And go ahead and roll your damage. All right. That will take out Leg Hag number 1. As streams of fire and radiant energy just kind of erupt around her. She screams this visceral kind of wailing note and then just seems to be incinerated. Where she stands after the fire conflagration vanishes, a ring is kind of floating in the air momentarily, then falls and hits the ground, kind of tink, 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 tink.
Rokan will save us.
No, he's not here. He's in his...
Oh, God, why?
This door
I
peeks
knew it.
open.
I knew there'd be a second one. Auntie Lake Hag, too. That's terrifying, because that implies not only a mom or a dad hag, but also kid hags. Because you don't become an auntie unless there's some kids involved.
Is that accurate? Yes. Yes? Because I would have taken 14 damage for that, right? Yep.
I believe so.
All right, but it also took it out of my temp HP, so no, it's not accurate.
That's weird.
Well, half that is flame, half that's radiant.
I'm resistant to both.
Okay.
So 12, 6. So I should actually be at 25.
So yeah, I took up.
I should still have temp HP, actually.
2 rolls of paper towels.
All right. Kind of stepped back here.
Should have 5. There we go. I fixed it.
Woot. Fixed.
Yeah, because I've been going to.
And Ark, go ahead and roll a con saving throw. Everybody else have already got you set.
27.
Okay.
Because screw you.
He says that lovingly.
Yes.
So wait, she just popped in the door through a spell and ran away?
I'm guessing this is a cloud of some kind.
There we go. That's a little better. Yeah, she basically opened the door, backed away because she could see Ark, and then tossed the spell in. Back up.
Hashtag try back.
And a large cloud of smoke, purplish in color, just kind of exudes into that room.
Tell me in your gut.
How come everyone else gets to partially absorb it, but I don't?
You didn't
Because
say.
I had,
Because I'm
Oh.
resistant.
and I had temp HP.
All right, that is the end
I
of
also-
that one's turn.
So, what was the damage on that?
Total of 10. 2, 4, 1, 1, 2.
So 5, so 2, right?
Yep.
We are going to have to figure out how that works. Because it is not, it's only putting me as resistant to bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing.
Yeah.
That's okay, though. I'm keeping track.
All right. And on to our last attacker.
You mean there's more?
There is. 20-foot radius, so that is actually perfectly in the same spot.
Why?
Coven's come in 3. So.
Well, that means we need somebody to bust down that door.
Actually,
I'm
we'll
not
do it this
getting
way.
to it. It's not my
Everybody go
turn.
ahead and roll dexterity saving throw.
Yay! Whew, okay. 21.
Who's rolling dex saves?
Everybody.
Everybody.
Everyone! Trying to think of that in Gary old voice.
Yeah, there's nowhere you can go in this room that wouldn't be in the range of it.
Not with that attitude.
All right. What'd you get again, Ark?
21.
21? Okay, so you save. Everyone else will take half this or the full damage on this.
No, the literal only people who it matters on.
So base damage is 28.
So
Ow.
14, so 7.
What is it?
Congratulations, you wiped out my temptation.
It is Ice Storm, so 2d8 of that is bludgeoning, and the other 4 is magic cold.
Doesn't matter. Okay.
You said it was 28?
Yep.
Unless it's psychic, I don't really care.
Anyone doing anything else to mitigate that?
I really don't have to.
I don't have any way to mitigate.
Neither do I, and it's an
I?
AoE, which would get me even at the bottom of the stairs. So
Okay. I think everybody's up to date. Does that look right?
Yep.
Okay. And let me just double check.
Looks good to me.
So what you saw is through that hole in the armoire, a pinch of dust and a few drops of water kind of coalesce through that little hole, fall at Ark's feet, and then explode into that storm of ice.
Gotcha.
That will bring us to top of round 2, Nivara.
All right. So we'll move here.
One moment, let me double check to see if that cloud kill actually does anything else on starting. Yep. So I'm gonna create you so it's only when you start your turn there. So we'll just count what you guys took for damage last round for this round.
Sounds fair.
All right.
All right. I will open the door.
Okay.
And what do I see on the other side?
About like that.
Okay. So that was 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And we'll run through there, turn, and start shooting at hag number 2.
Okay.
Make sure I'm not targeted on myself.
Does
So
not
imagine
look like
like a run and gunning here with.
All right.
Finger guns. Finger guns for every hag. 23 is a hit. 6 damage. 30 is definitely a hit. 12 damage. 22 is a hit.
Well, I let her out about 12:30.
13 damage. 14 is a miss.
And we'll leave it for now.
Another 14. 19 is a hit. For 12 damage.
Did any of those break her concentration?
Oh yeah, that is a good question.
That is concentration. Well, that didn't work. Alright, so that is a concentration check. We had 1, 2, 3, 4.
Should be 4 hits total.
Yep, perfect. First one good. Second one good. Third one good. Fourth one it drops.
Good.
All right, so that means everybody gets some HP back.
That is correct. That is not the right button. Give me back my lake hut.
How much did that do to me? 2, right?
Yep.
Okay. Well, you still managed to get rid of my my temp HP, but
So what do we get back?
The cloud kill damage.
Yep.
How much was that?
28.
No, that was the ice storm.
Oh,
Scrolling back up. Just a sec. Cloud kill was a total of 10.
which
that's right.
which for a cloud kill is pretty low.
Yeah, it is.
Thanks,
Sweet.
Stefan.
Because literally, 2, 4, 1, 1, 2.
Yeah, but we don't get the. But if it ate up temp HP, we don't get that back.
Yeah, you get it back. Because you
Oh.
don't take that damage until you start your turn on the cloud kill.
Yeah,
Got
so
it.
there was a little
Oh,
sequential problem there.
Yep.
got it.
Because
Okay.
things don't work the way they used to in 2E when things just happened.
Got it.
I miss those
Okay.
days.
Yeah, especially when you
I
drop.
like the new way. Now you have to actually strategize how you're going to drop it.
Yeah, to an extent, which is less fun because you used to not have to have concentration, so you would drop it and run. And if you did it right, you could drop it and run, drop it and run, drop it and run, drop it and run, and then you start doing it with Stinking Cloud behind that.
I'm going to have to show you a video of cool spell combinations for us to use.
No, you don't want that.
Yeah, he's going to use them.
All right. Anything else, Nivara?
No, that was full movement, bonus action.
All right. Draho.
Okay. So now that I don't have to worry about choking to death.
Or do you?
Let's not get ahead of ourselves.
Not until you hook up with the battle mage.
Technically, that would be 20. So that would be blocking the doorway.
Mhm.
We go 25, 30 would be right in front of her. But you know what? If I step in here, that's 30 technically. I'm still within range, so I can shoot.
Yep, you're good to go.
Aha, we're
And
forced.
I added a new weapon damage for an extra D8 for whenever I want to re-roll my damage.
All right.
We're forcing the
Make it
one
easy on us.
that caused it to come out.
Or for what technically whenever I do my crit damage, that way I can add that extra D8 without screwing with everything. So first attack.
Yeah.
That is a hit.
Yes. I will accept that
20
4
damage. And there's a crit. Or no, that's concentration. Why is it concentrating?
I don't know why it's concentrated. I was like, I didn't roll a crit.
That's weird. Well, it's
You must not have
concentration
removed-
on nothing is a success.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did I break your concentration?
Yeah, you think you forgot to remove the spell effect from the hag.
Yeah, I don't see any spell effects on her.
Oh well, we'll just have to deal with it.
Yeah, no worries.
Second attack.
Is a hit.
Oh man. I will accept that damage too. Keep rolling them saves.
That's right. She is still concentrating on whatever she's not concentrating on. She knows what she's doing for lunch tomorrow.
Time for my third attack.
She's retaining the list in her head.
She is. 17
that
is a
hit.
I'm optimistic to think she's going to get a lunch tomorrow.
I will keep holding on to that damage too.
Evidently, it thinks that she's the one that Cloud killed. Okay, sure. So your arrows rip through her. Her left arm hanging by just kind of slivered shreds. You see that her right knee is somewhat buckled. She is very much not looking good.
Yeah, I feel like I did. That's my 3 shots. None of them missed, which is a surprise. And I'm not adding extra damage on any of them. I'm saving my arcane arrows for when I need them.
All right.
So
Then
that
that
is
will
my
bring us
turn.
to Ark.
I think Art can finish this off.
Reckless, of course.
Mm-hmm.
24.
Will hit.
Terrifying if it didn't.
16 bludgeoning, 3 fire.
Okay.
Still standing?
Yep.
Again.
Uh, 17.
Will hit.
Good. Okay. 17 bludgeoning damage, 1 fire.
Okay.
How dare you? And I will move her to the right, so she's trapped in the corner there.
Alrighty.
Just gonna move up to press on.
Cool.
And yeah, I'll just snarl it.
Alrighty. And so as you fling her back towards that corner, her body hits that wall and seems to shred into paper and ash and just kind of fall to pieces. Oddly, what you see left in that kind of pile of ash, there seems to be a book.
I did it! Yay!
Ooh, another book.
With that, Masaki's turn.
We can open up a library with how many books we found.
That's what Ivar's going to do.
You really think it's a good idea to let people borrow some of the books we found?
So they've ran
I
out
didn't
of
say it was
sight
going to be a
for me,
public
correct?
library.
They have.
Okay. Five. So I get up to here.
You
When
can, at that point, see Ark through the doorway.
Right. But this is, I saw where the hag died and something fell.
Mm-hmm.
What's going on over here that I can see?
So where she died and where the ring fell would have been kind of in the upper right corner next to that nightstand.
Yep, and to the left.
Um,
Is that an armor with
about there.
like a wardrobe? Yeah. You can't see my mouse cursor.
Nope.
I'm circling the thing on the left.
So this looks like a
wardrobe.
large armoire.
Okay, does it have doors?
It does.
Okay. Are the doors open or closed?
Currently closed.
Okay.
To my great regret.
And now I do know that there's talk of a crystal ball. Did it fall onto the ground anywhere, or is it like in that cupboard?
Yeah, I straight dropped it.
Yep, it just fell direct on the ground.
Okay. So it's like in front of the fireplace somewhere.
Yes.
Okay. I want to. Are these actual pillows on the bed?
They are.
Like pillowcased pillows?
Mm-hmm.
Good. I'm going to grab one and grab it by the corner of the seam
Mhm.
so I can drop the pillar out so I can collect the ring and the crystal ball
Sure.
off the floor.
Okay.
I don't physically want to touch them because I don't know what will happen, but I don't think we should let them leave on the floor.
Alrighty.
And just so we're clear, too, the room that we're in, those two sort of gray areas on the left are those like boarded up windows.
They are.
Okay.
Just like the one directly to the south of you, I'd assume.
Yeah.
There's only 2 more doors.
Okay, let's see.
That makes sense.
Just a ball. Oop, crap.
And of course, as I'm picking these items up, do I see anything under the bed staring at me?
You do not.
That's good.
Let's see. I've got the
You see the
pillowcase
bed
added.
staring at you. No.
What was that, Kidro?
Pillowcase
the
full of
pillowcase
hag
added.
loot.
The unknown crystal ball is in the pillow. Let's go 0-1. Yep. Pillowcase.
And the ring, if I'm able.
Yep. And unknown ring is in 0-1. So anything listed in 0-1 pillowcase is currently listed as unknown, and we can come back to that. Alrighty. Brings us to its turn.
Rokan will save us.
Yep. Oh, so many options.
Surrender peacefully.
That is an option, definitely. All right. So that is her turn. We are back at the top of the round.
That is also, once again, ominous.
All right, so we said these gray things on the left next to the table are windows.
Correct.
Okay.
And there looks to be to the south like an exterior door, but it too has been mudded over, as is the window that's there.
Okay, so it's not an actual door.
Correct. Now, the where you're standing, that is an actual door.
Oh, that is the door where I'm at?
Yep.
Okay, I didn't see that. Yeah, I guess I'll pop that door.
Alrighty.
Another bedroom, more windows.
Yep. So
But
let me
wait,
give you a couple quick descriptions. As you guys stepped into that dining room, you, aside from the hag, notice that there's little more than a small table with 5 chairs. The floor, however, is the only real oddity. Unlike the previous room, where the floor was moderately wood and dirt, this is as well, but it seems to be heavily speckled and tinged of with a deep red. Opening that door to that bedroom, seems to be a slightly larger bed than a single size, but not quite a double. Has a nightstand, an armoire, and a chest of drawers. Unlike the other 2 rooms, this one is immaculate in both presentation and cleanliness. Though there is a thin, gleaming layer of translucent ice that covers everything floor to ceiling in that room. The temperature there kind of emanates out. It's an uncomfortable cold. And Navara, as you're that close, while you're breathing, you can see the heat of your breath crystallizing with each exhale.
Okay. I'm going to go ahead and just back away from the door and ready to Eldritch Blast anything that shows up.
Okay. That'll bring us to Draho.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna go pick up the book.
Alrighty. As you pick it up, it feels weird. Like, its exterior is leather of some sort, but probably humanoid.
I was gonna say, by this point, I feel like I should know what human leather looks like. As many books as we found wrapped in human leather,
Mm-hmm.
I should just be an expert on feeling human leather.
Well, don't forget the walls in that one room that were like skin.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I feel like I should just be able to take one quick peek at it and be like, oh, yep, that's clearly human.
This one doesn't look specifically human, but it's definitely humanoid. Like, there are
Ooh.
odd kind of tufts where fur may have once been.
Ooh, now I'm curious what this one's made out of. It's a new type of skin. Nature?
Go for it.
Thank you, Golgaris.
22. You think that it probably came from a bugbear.
Bugbear? Just making books out of bugbears. That's got to be the stankiest book ever.
And as you're kind of looking it over, the book is titled How to Win Fights and Influence Idiots by Aldi Scarsborough.
Ooh, I'm going to keep that one. That'll be useful to my... Ooh, that'll be useful to my... Someone's got the wind blowing in their mic. That'll be useful to Draho's future plans of making friends, not
Indeed.
enemies. Why would you wrap a book like that in bugbear?
Well, it is How to Win Fights.
Yeah. But bugbears aren't exactly known for their cunning either.
Anything else?
Well, now that I've got a book, said the other door was mudded over so we can't go through it.
Correct.
And what exactly was in the other room that Nivara ran away from?
Look from your vantage point from here. You can see an armoire to the north, a chest of drawers kind of to the south, as the door kind of opens towards the right. And there's a thin layer of ice covering everything. It kind of glistens and reflects the little light that's kind of pouring in from that fireplace in the other room.
Well, 20 feet gets me inside.
All right.
I'll step into the room and see what's happening.
To your right, you see a larger than double bed, or larger than single bed, but not quite a double, and a nightstand off to the right. Your breath, too, begins to crystallize as you exhale.
What's on the nightstand?
On the nightstand, you see a small, pearly white spindle.
Okay, what about the wardrobe up to the north?
It doesn't seem to be anything setting on top of it, aside from that layer of ice.
And what's next to me again? It's a fireplace?
Next to you is actually the chest of drawers.
Hmm.
It's kind of a tall boy, so it's 6 drawers up, but only 1 in width.
Gotcha. Then I'll step over here where I can get access to these two. I'll leave the spindle alone. It's probably dangerous, but I would like to look in both those containers.
Okay. So for the one on
Deck save.
top, go ahead and roll me a d12.
Oh. I was just preparing a deck save. So D12.
Yep.
Deuce.
You find a small red elixir that's labeled laughter.
Oh man. Gotta chug that later when no one's looking. Interrupt everyone's sleep tonight.
In the wardrobe or the chest of drawers?
That was in the wardrobe to the north.
What's in the chest of drawers?
One moment. So one. Elixir labeled laughter. And go ahead and roll another d12.
5.
You find a small kind of plush polar bear. Looks like it's probably a child's toy.
Probably a child's toy, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it'll be cool if this is one of those things that lets you summon a giant teddy bear. Especially if it's a stuffed bear that goes big and attacks people animated style instead of a real bear, because then I can modify it to make it more dangerous.
Alrighty. With that, I'm going to go ahead and take you guys out of combat. What are you guys doing now?
Well, now that I've looked there, I'm going to pick up the spindle,
Okay.
collect everything.
Oh, for me, as the adrenaline's wearing off, I'm gonna go back to this drawers and say, "Hey, Misaki, you might want to move." I'm assuming Misaki's.
Yes, I'm going to go off to the side and search the side tables while you go to bash that thing.
Okay.
Yeah. Not leaving. So I'll go ahead and open it up.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me another d12.
6.
6. And one more.
12.
Okay. So, you see what looks like to be kind of a small bag, squarish in shape, that is made of kind of a white furred leather.
Oh.
Does it seem to contain anything?
Are you picking it up?
Yes.
Okay. So as you pick it up, it feels cold in your hands.
Does it feel like there's anything in it?
It definitely feels somewhat heavy.
Look inside of it.
Inside, it seems to look very much like a bag of holding.
Is it a bag of holding?
It is. You rolled well.
Thank you. How much does it contain? How much does it hold, rather?
250 pounds.
Nice!
While everybody else is searching, I guess I will search the dining room. Is there
Okay.
anything of interest in the dining room?
Yep. Let me grab that bag of holding.
We have so much extra-dimensional space.
Yeah, what we need to do is find somebody that can stitch all of them together
No.
so that it's
No, because piercing them, that makes them not work and then explode.
Do you do anything with the bag of holding?
Or just a singular gun.
I
It doesn't matter.
tie it. It's like a pouch, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I tied it to my belt.
Okay. Noted.
I don't like that!
All right, Naivara, where are you heading to?
I was just going to search what's in the dining
In the what?
in the dining room.
Dining room? Okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead and roll me a pair of d12s. Ten and a 12.
Turning into the space.
So, first off, on the table, you see what looks to be like the flower of a lily, but it's blood red. And it's sitting on atop a silver plate. Surrounding that is a coil of rope that at the end has been tied into a hangman's kind of noose.
They got like half the people.
Hey, Drow, I found your new leash.
well. After I pick the spindle up, I think we should put all the things we found here into a pile and let somebody get on identifying them.
Hey, Kibble, oh.
No, we got
Yeah.
Naivara. She identifies too.
Was there anything in the side tables by this bed? And is that a desk that's down by the stairs in this room?
That is a desk. For the side tables, go ahead and roll me 2d12.
Ooh.
10 and a 2. In the left side table, you find a potion that has an eyeball that's bobbing in slightly yellowish liquid. And the other one,
What's in the other one?
on top of the table, but nothing in it, on top of the table is a teacup that, kind of looking into it, the tea leaves have settled in such a way that they resemble a skull.
Interesting. I will set the bottle next to the teacup
Okay.
and then move to the desk.
Okay. For the desk, go ahead and give me one more d12.
They're delicious, but they're kind
Ooh, very nice.
It's another day of holiday.
not me.
Next to it, you see kind of a weathered-looking broom, and within the drawer, as you open it up, is this somewhat pointed but crooked hat that's been stuffed in there.
So, pull the hat out, grab the broom,
Mhm.
walk over. So, Pika hat and broom are in one hand. I walk over, set them on the table next to Navarre, walk back in, grab the potion and the teacup, and bring that in, put on the table with Navarre.
Okay.
I should
So
probably.
you are able to set the broom down, however, the hat does not seem to release from your hand.
So it's just stuck to my hand.
Currently, yes.
Is it trying to eat my hand?
Doesn't seem to be.
At the moment.
So if he doesn't have it,
I sigh.
And I'm going to grab the spindle and the stuff I got, including the book, and I'm going to place those on the table as well.
Okay.
Under the beds, is there anything under the beds that we can find?
Under the main room bed, so the room on the right, is just complete dirt. Under the bed in the small room, for that one, there we go. Go ahead and roll me one more d12.
Yeah. 2 again.
2. Oddly, you find what looks to be like a fishing net that's been frozen into the ice.
Can I get it out?
Not without, like, chipping away the ice. Might take you a bit, but you could certainly do it.
I mean, okay, I can do that. I can chip away at the ice.
not diet.
I see him chipping away at the ice, and I just.
So as Ark comes and kind of lifts the bed and then just thumps his maul onto the ground, that thin layer of ice cracks away heavily, and you're able to kind of get a hold of an edge of it and flip it up, and the ice shards just kind of collide against the wall.
Excellent. Go and put that on the table too. Man, everything in that room is frozen.
Seeing as everyone is putting their newfound items in the pile, I'm going to also put the little pouch in the pile as well.
Okay.
And
looks like
I'll of course set the pillowcase with the ring and the crystal ball in it on the table,
No.
and I'm doing the hand open palm hand wave with the hat on it. And you hear an audible sigh come from me as I realize that this thing is attached.
I've heard of this. Did you rub your feet on the carpet?
I point to Drogoth's face, and then I point to the hat.
But he's already wearing a helmet.
Yeah, I have a feeling it has the same effect.
Really? Drogoth's going to walk up and try and take it from you. Can I grab it with both hands like a genius and take it from Misaki?
Yes, it will switch over to you.
Excellent. Can I get my hands free?
You cannot.
Put it on top of my helmet.
Okay, so as you do that, what's your character's current age?
Oh, let me see if I can find it again. I think it was. No, it's in the 300s.
You always with the aging effects.
I know it's in the 300s, but where did I actually put it? 352.
Okay. You advance to looking like you're almost 876 years old.
But I don't turn that old?
You feel aged. You're just being near the room that you're near, your knees are starting to ache.
What was the age again? 800 and
76.
What did we do with that one potion of de-aging? We might need to do. We need to use it now.
So does that mean it's no longer stuck to my hand?
Yeah, no. When you tried to hand it to Traho, it released just fine because it was being given to someone else.
so it's on my head now.
It is.
Did it remove from my hands?
It did.
Can I take it off?
You can.
Okay. If I take it off, does it de-age me?
It does not. In fact, as you put that on your head, your facial hair kind of grows out into a long, white, fluffy beard. Your cloak kind of extends and becomes almost a robe. With its own kind of little
Wait, are you saying he put on his
it.
robe and wizard hat?
He did.
That's what I was just thinking. Did you just meme me into old age? I'm real upset.
Technically, your rolls did that.
I've never told you this before, Kedro, but I love playing D&D with you.
Okay, so I take the hat off and nothing changes, right?
Correct.
I will walk over and put the hat on someone else.
Okay. It sits there nicely.
Yeah, I put it on Ark, obviously.
Okay.
You can friggin' try. And now that you're an old man, I'm gonna just grab your hand and be like, no.
Okay.
Draho, what did I tell you about touching things in the freaking Feywild?
I'm actually gonna go to my haversack, pull out one of the spears, and just poke the hat, and just like, there we go.
So now for the more interesting things about that. Your dexterity drops by 2.
Oh.
Well, yeah, you're old.
Mm-hmm. Your con drops by 2.
Oh, really can't afford that.
Your intelligence goes up by 2.
That would put it at 22.
Yep.
So you're smart enough to realize what just happened.
Your wisdom goes up by 2. Your charisma goes up by 2. And
Wow,
your
it's
strength
now-
goes down by 1.
Like that affects me.
To be fair, it couldn't go much lower.
Yeah, the stats I need are lower, and the stats I don't need are up.
Didn't you max out your dex too?
Yeah,
Ugh.
yeah, I did.
But I mean, a 22 in.
Yeah, but that's only good if you have stuff that requires intelligence. I only have my arcane shots.
Well, I guess you're now
They'll be hard to
multiclassing
resist
into
now.
wizard.
Yeah, I am going to destroy the hat violently.
Okay.
You're going to certainly try.
Yeah.
I'm
I
pretty
should be
sure
able to-
it's probably finished its designs.
We still have that potion of vitality or whatever it was, right?
We do.
Okay.
I will drink that then, because this is BS.
All right.
I will reverse the aging effects with more uncontrolled magic nonsense.
While Draho is flailing at a hat because he's weak now,
Now?
Does he slip and fall into the frozen bedroom?
No, I'm just going to sit down at the table and make a comment about my knees hurt.
I would like to try to start identifying the other items as safely as possible.
Yeah, and you might as well identify the hat before I destroy it, see if there's a way to reverse the magic.
All right. So the hat. Gotta get back to those charts. Where'd they go? Which chart was the hat on? Damnable charts. Where are you at?
Yes, I did call it a bag of holding.
The hat is a cursed item called the Pointed Hat that turns the wearer into an elderly wizard.
Wait, did it give me wizard classes?
Not that you know of yet.
I'll be happy to accept the age thing if I get some good magic out of it to compensate the fact that I'm now worse
Is that levels of wizard in addition to?
Potentially.
Or
You may want to
replace-
look through your inventory.
my inventory.
Oh God!
Ah,
You want to make him reveal it too.
so let's see. What's it under? Hat of something? Or is it the thing at the very bottom?
Likely the thing at the very bottom.
Is it a spell book?
It is.
Is this just stuff I know?
Not specifically as of yet.
Huh. Actually, some of those are pretty good. I'd be okay with that. Oh, but there is one bonus if I did get wizard levels. Part of my Gogori agent I got from that extra background gives me magic if I'm a caster, so now I have even more magic options. Yeah, I'm going to drink that reverse aging potion.
Okay. Who has that item on them?
Don't know why I just moved.
The last person I know to have had it, I think we had it in a shared inventory space, so who knows?
I will double check my inventory. I don't believe I have it.
Checking the party sheet.
Party
I would
sheet
also-
doesn't show it.
I would also check. I would check Kibble and or the mithril cart, wherever it is you're sticking all the stuff that you're technically not carrying.
Yeah, I don't have it.
I don't have it.
Ibble doesn't seem to have it.
I do have some new interesting items in my inventory that I don't know what they are.
Hmm.
I have a red lily and a questionable robe.
Yep, so those were the two items
Things
that you
on the
picked up
table.
and put on the table.
Got it. Oh, isn't that a rope?
Yes, it should be a rope with a B.
Okay.
I probably spelled it wrong.
Yeah, I was
Maybe
just,
I'm like that.
it says robe like Drawhouse new threads.
Yep. And I would have brought the potion I found and the teacup into the table too, so everything was together.
Okay.
Okay, so-
Anything that you guys want to put on the table, the easy option, open up the party sheet and drag it into the parcel items. And likewise, you guys should probably take the items that are in there and put them on yourselves.
So how do I move it in there?
So you're going to
Grab the red button
Mhm.
and drag.
Oh, got it.
I don't see where anyone has that thing in their inventory. So it's assumably in one of our bags that we hold stuff. but
I feel like you guys gave that to someone at some point, but I'd
Did
have to
we-
go back
No.
through the notes.
We tried to give it to what's his name as he was aging rapidly, but he
That's
turned
right.
it. But he turned it away because he'd already had a few.
Okay.
By the way, Kedro,
Mhm.
what was the challenge rating on Anti-Hag 2?
Surprisingly, not very good.
in here. Oh, we got some weird
I
stuff
mean,
in
not,
this card.
not that surprising considering we took it down in a round.
We got some weird stuff in this card.
Are you looking at your
It was
cart now?
CR5.
Yeah, I'm looking at
Thank
the
you.
cards. It's the home base, maybe?
Had to put the temp HP for the first time because I had that special necklace.
Yep. All right. Anything else going into the parcel items for identification?
Did you put the teacup and the eyeball potion in there?
I did not. So we need the 01 eyeball potion. Teacup is not magical, so I'm going to leave that one off.
Okay.
Looks like the potion of longevity is in the home base, so it's back at our house.
Okay.
Oh, that's great. That's just perfect.
Well, it doesn't matter. It only goes up to 13 years. It ain't gonna do shit for me.
Who knows? Maybe you're just at the cusp of old age.
Well, now that you're a wizard, maybe you can learn how to make vitality potions.
I mean, I've got a poisoner's kit skill now, so
I think that's more herbalism/alchemy.
I mean, I can just make poisons and keep poisoning people until they figure out what's wrong with me.
So let's see. The fishing net is just a fishing net. It's kind of frayed and slightly rotting. Not a magical item. Back.
I like how we have these awesome concentration boots in here and no one claimed them.
Yep.
What's that? You cut out.
I would take them, but I can't tune any more items at the moment.
That's fair.
So the bag of holding is like a bag of holding, but its purpose is to hold perishable items. It's filled with things.
Because nobody's looked at it yet.
Yes.
So it's filled with things.
It may be.
I dump it out outside. So we'll wait on that. I will also take. I saw you typing that in real time.
All right, that one is set. What else did we get? Primal potion. There's not on that one. All right, we'll go with the red elixir, which I spelled incorrectly. Elixir. There we go. Labeled laughter. It is actually not coming up as magical.
Well, it's either magic that we can't identify or just an eyeball in a jar.
No, not the eyeball in the jar. It's a different one.
Alrighty, that one is set. And let's see. None of those.
We have the spindle.
The rope is the next one I found. And that one is a hangman's rope. For that one, when around a creature's neck, the rope attempts to suffocate. Escape requires a DC 15. Yep. Strength check. That one is set. The red lily is known as a blood lily. Place in water turns surrounding water into blood.
Well, we can certainly use that as an intimidation tactic.
Wait. Quick question on the side note. Level 13 as a fighter, I get a stat increase, don't I?
I believe so.
If so, I can put my dex back to 20 and I feel no negative effects from this except that I'm less HP. Oh, that means I need to recalculate my HP.
I mean, you could just decrease your stat manually and it'll do it for you, I thought.
Hey, Kedra, I sent
You
to you in
do
chat.
not get another ability score improvement until 14.
14. Okay, not 13.
13, you get Indomitable.
That'll be helpful.
Good roll. And roll me a percentile.
That's okay. I'll just be dealing with one less attack and damage for a while.
41. All right. One other thing that is missing there. 01. Room of flying.
Yeah! Eat it, Vex.
Yep.
I assumed if the broom was in the corner, that's probably what it was going to be.
Yep.
Okay. That'll be useful, though.
Yeah, it will.
Were we putting the book in there?
I would assume so, but we have to ask Draho.
Yes.
Yeah, Drow said he was putting it in.
Right.
Yep. I just don't see it in my inventory where it says book in bugbear hide.
Oh! That's the charisma thing, right?
Yep.
So that's either going to Masaki or Kaisen once we find it. Nice.
I like charisma.
You do like charisma.
I was going to say, I think the Warlock likes charisma more than me.
All right.
Oh,
that
did I say
was set.
Masaki? I meant no. I said Kaisen, right?
Yeah, you said all three of us.
The pearly white spindle, is that in there?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, it's towards the bottom.
Towards the top of mine.
Yeah.
Polar bear.
Oh, yeah, it is right there. I see it. It's below
Also,
eyeball potion.
Can we just appreciate that we have 100,000 gold?
Just sitting there. Just sitting there.
Till we get, once we get back.
Once we get back, we can buy all the things from everything.
No.
We can certainly buy out the store.
That is very nice.
Oh, really? Interesting.
Now,
And
is
would
this
you guys
one-
like to read off what that does?
You regain 15 hit points at the end of each hour. This pearly white spindle orbits your head, provided that you have at least one hit point. Requires attunement. Well, I currently have 2 available attunement slots, so
Go for it.
And did the ring go on there?
Yes.
And I currently also have the most HP to regain. So,
Also, if nobody minds, I'm totally taking the book.
Yeah, take it.
I have no use for it. Oh, a ring of evasion. Okay.
Yep. Which means you can delete the unknown ring towards the bottom.
All right. Should be all set.
So I'm gonna just, if no one else has anything to say about it, I just whoosh, whoosh.
Eyeball potion. Is it a potion or just an eyeball floating in gunk?
It is a potion. Where is that one?
It's at the top.
Very top.
Oh.
Third from the top. Under the broom.
So we have a lily that just turns water into blood.
Mm-hmm.
Again, we could use that as an intimidation tactic.
Yeah. Just seems creepy.
Unless we're in the hells, then they'll just be like, "Ah, nice."
Where did that one go?
We are going to have to discuss this age thing on the elf, though, because I don't think, according to 5e, unless you have different rules for elves, I don't think I'm technically still alive.
According to my age chart, you are in the old, not venerable.
Okay, because I remember in 5e it says elves can live up to be 750, so...
If that's the case, we may have to adjust. I was looking at a 2e chart.
Yeah, that's why I'm looking, because I remember I picked 350 specifically because I wanted to be, like, early middle age.
Yeah, it basically sets you as old, not venerable. So it's one stage before you're basically in super retirement.
So it sets me at the cusp of old?
Yes.
So you're
The
saying that
longevity potion can, in fact.
you're
make
saying
me-
that he's 2 days from retirement.
Basically.
Drow is not
longevity-
showing you.
The longevity potion might help me.
The blood lily. Where the heck did that potion go?
The eyeball potion?
I see it in the program, but I'm trying to find it on the loot tables.
And
On his side.
Yep.
right.
And for the life of me, I cannot find it.
Does it have a thing where you can search by name?
No, because they're all pictures. Unfortunately.
Well, it's going to be an eyeball staring at you then.
Do you re-
Basically, it's a divination potion.
Ah,
So we're just going to call it that.
What with the crystal sphere, the crystal ball?
That one is non-magical. Just a pretty crystal ball. Or no, wait. I did find that one.
crystal ball of the MacGuffin.
Yeah. So the unknown crystal ball becomes 01 - crystal ball or something.
Oh, where are we at? Crystal ball.
I mean, it still can be used to, like, scry. If we want to scry, I would think. So it's worth taking.
Yeah. Ooh, you know what? I might be willing to accept this old age thing because I realized something else. If I start getting wizard levels,
All right. It has been switched to unique crystal ball.
we have like 15 spell books.
There you go.
I can literally learn all the magics.
Kedro, is it a magic 8-ball?
It is.
Okay, and as you guys are doing that, Masaki walks in with a chest.
How big of a chest?
I'm assuming it's
About a
two
double
hands.
digit.
You can't ask a lady that. About polite, Ark.
I was asking actually the DM.
Is it strong box size?
Basically, but we'd say about 75% that size.
And I set it on the table.
Is there a lock?
There is. And
Is
the
there
lock
still a
comes
lock?
off.
I was gonna say, I sit it on the table and back away.
Okay. So that lock is smashed into a couple different pieces sitting on the table.
I guess I'll open it since I'm the least likely to die.
All right. Within, you find a gleaming set of very thin chainmail.
Almost elven, right?
Very much so. Mm-hmm.
Too bad I can't wear it. Well, I can, but
Elven chainmail?
Mm-hmm.
What am I currently wearing for armor?
Here's the thing, Draho. This is going to mitigate for a bit, but that should go actually to Masaki. Or not Masaki, Navarra. Because she can wear it even if she's not proficient with armor.
And it is the full chain variety, not just the chain shirt.
Oh!
So what am I wearing?
Oh.
The chain shirt?
I believe you are in the full chain option as well. Where is that on your stuff?
I'm
Yep,
not
Elven
seeing
full chain.
Elven full chain. So it's basically the same thing I have.
Yep.
But
Is it nicer than what I'm wearing, like design-wise?
It is.
they should
Well-
definitely go to Masaki.
Well, then somebody can wear my old armor. I get the nice stuff. I'm the elven.
Excuse you? How many elves are in the party?
How many full elves that aren't tainted with lesser bloods?
Draho, how's your osteoporosis treating you?
Look,
Just remember,
give me-
Drow, we're like 50 feet up in the air. I will push you down the stairs.
And I'll watch.
You guys are mean.
We're mean.
Is that considered heavy armor still?
Not because it's chainmail. It is considered light.
Because it's elven chainmail?
Yep.
Because it's mithril.
Mm-hmm.
Now, does this have the special quality that you can wear it even if you can't wear armor normally?
Correct.
Okay, yeah. So, Masaki.
Yeah,
Or-
I'm
wait,
switching.
Navarra,
I'm
wait,
switching
Navarra.
into
What
the
about
newer, better
Navarra?
armor. Somebody can wear my armor.
What about Navarre? Because you're...
I kept saying Masaki and meant Navarra.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
I have studded leather +2 already.
Okay, so how much
So
is
I-
it?
I don't know if Elven Chain would be better than that or not.
Let this.
Elven chain provides a base of 16. This one does. That I'm
So
wearing.
it would be 18 total.
right.
I already have an 18 total.
Okay,
Goes
well,
with that
I'm
then.
gonna put on the new one. Is it still a +1 elven chain, or is it a better elven chain?
It is a +2.
Yeah, I definitely gotta put that on.
Okay, fine. Go quick change. Okay, and then put it in a bag.
Yes.
I hope you get attacked.
So that puts my AC back where it was before I had my dex problem. My AC is back at 22.
Hey, you know what's cool about that though? I don't even need to wear armor, and my armor is better than you.
Yeah, but see, that's the thing. Now that I'm in the nicer armor, if somebody would like the old +1 elven armor,
Well, it's not really going to benefit anyone, so it's going to go in a bag.
yep, we'll put it in a bag. We'll sell it when we get to town. Split the money.
Feasibly, it should be better than the studded leather, because the studded leather is a base of 12, where this full chain is a base of 16.
What's the
But
dex
for
modifier?
dex bonus, though.
You get full dex modifier due to the mithril.
Oh yeah, actually.
Oh, okay. So if it's base 16, yeah, that would be. I think that'd put me at a 20.
You can have the +1 armor. I'll take the +2 because I'm a fighter. I stand on the front line.
Yeah, so if it's chain +1, that's a 17 before his dex modifier.
Yep.
And with it, is it mithril as well, or is it just magical +1 elven chain?
It is mithril as well. So all Elven
So
chain
makes
is
it
supposed to be mithril.
Mithril.
Mhm.
So that would be able to be worn underneath your clothing, and you don't even have to worry about it being looking like you're armored.
Well, let's give the lady some privacy.
All right, yeah, I'll go ahead and swap that out then, because that should increase my AC by like 2.
Yep.
And I will move the. Oh, I already updated the Elven full chain plus 2
Is
to
it
me.
in the party sheet?
It's Elven full chain plus 2, but he can.
Yeah, so Drow,
There
pull
can-
that
there can be
to
some
yours and
adjustments.
put your Elven chain plus 1 over there.
That's what I was just about to say. Can I switch those up? Sweet.
Okay, so then I will drag this over here.
And beyond that, anybody that's grabbing anything else from in there, please do so.
Okay, I'll grab the Ion Stone because that'll save a lot of party healing. And then maybe eventually Kai can make an argument for it because God.
And then from there, what would we like to do?
Who. We've been putting this other extraneous stuff into storage containers, correct? Namely, Kibble's been carrying it.
And me.
I didn't.
Yeah, we've pretty much been using Kibble because he has the most bags of holding and so forth. So I've basically been using him as a
So
Alright.
anything
Storekeeper.
that's not an O1 should be on him.
should be. Kind of why I wanted to get him
the DM's
back.
trying to make us come up with creative solutions when we don't have resources.
Well, it's also me going and thinking, okay, who's going to be carrying this stuff now that Kibble isn't here? Because I remember a lot of stuff was going to Kibble's bags of holding.
Obviously,
Yeah.
me.
Okay.
We should try to knock down the mud and earth and whatever that's blocking that other exterior door.
And see what's through the door.
10
Yeah.
seconds. Boom, 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 boom.
All right. Anything that we did not just receive has been moved over to Kibble.
The vicious color, though, I had that.
That has been moved back.
Yay! I'm gonna put that on myself.
Okay. All right. And then you're busting down that door?
Yep.
Hey, we got a broom of flying?
You did?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
How
That's,
does that work exactly?
it's broom and it flies.
Does it attune?
No, actually, I just saw a video and the broom of flying does not attune.
Correct. It is one of the best kind of uncommon items. Carry up to 400 pounds, where its flying speed becomes 30 instead of 50 if it's over 200 pounds.
Now, does it take a special riding skill to use it or anything? Or
Does
No.
not.
Ah, man, we should give that to Draw, who's just now old and likes to be far away from the enemy.
Anyway,
No.
here you go, Misaki.
Also, I'm the wizard now.
No, we told Draho not to touch stuff. He didn't listen, so now he gets to walk.
I'm gonna physically grab Draho from touching that now and just hold him up in the air.
No,
Like,
no,
it's-
I'm
it's
gonna
like-
take that broom and I'm gonna use
No,
it
you're
so I
not.
can keep distance on people when I shoot.
No. If you try it, I will put the hangman's noose on you.
and I'll watch.
Why does no one want me to have the broom? I can get up high and use my bow. better.
Because I told you not to touch stuff and you didn't listen, and I'm annoyed.
That's not fair.
I gave you like 17 different warnings and you didn't listen.
I love how basically we're talking to our racist grandpa right now.
Ugh.
Just scolding him like, no,
When you flip out that bag of colding, you find
Yeah.
a pair of ice skates that still have the feet within them.
That's. Yeah, okay.
I mean, he did say perishable things.
Yeah, but the
He said
question
things.
is,
He said things.
do the ice skates glow?
They do not.
Okay, that's good.
And a bottle of water filled with glacial water.
A medicine man. Bless this, so it will always be cold.
Actually, it is.
High
The
quality
bottle is
H2O.
always cold.
So we have a bottle of colding as well.
Mm-hmm.
That's amazing. I'm going to put that in the bag of colding. So you have the dual refrigeration effect. The ice skates, I'll remove the feet from them. And they're just ice skates?
They are.
Okay. Maybe axes later. And is the bottle, besides just being cold all the time, any other properties?
That is the only property.
Still pretty sweet property.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's a minor property. It's still pretty awesome.
Yep. It's like one of those bottles where when you have it, keeps stuff cold real well. Yep. Don't put it in the dishwasher.
Dishwasher.
All right. So, as you guys break down that door, you know that you're 30 to 40 feet in the air, but that door, as it's broken open, leads out onto a verdant path.
Sure, but might as well.
Still like to find kibble before
I've
we go
given up
forward.
trying to understand this place.
So, you guys wandering down that path?
I will put my maul on my back, ask you guys to kind of make a chain of, hands, and I will try to take a step out. Just like put my foot down.
You are fully able to. Solid ground beneath your foot.
Whatever. Okay. Yes. Maybe Indiana Jones this.
Don't see us having another option, so we might as well.
Yep.
If I Wile E. Coyote, you'll know.
Everybody holding onto that chain and slowly making your way?
Does Ark? Do you?
Well, that
have,
was mostly to counterbalance me because I'm a big boy.
That is true.
But yeah, I'll walk.
Okay.
So
you begin making your way down that path, and it twists and winds kind of in through the jungle, and then you find yourself back out to the lakeshore, and then back into the jungle, and back out to the lakeshore. And each time you see the lake from a slightly different vantage point, and even in the overcast light rain of the night, a shining sliver of silvery moon peeks over the lake. While you're on your journey along this road, it's long, but it's anything but arduous. The ground squishes into mud in areas where the vegetation is sparse, and the path opens back up towards the lake each time. Finally, after several long hours, the rain subsides, and you find the path ahead of you opening into a large glade.
should I do the thing? By the way, how many hours have passed?
About 4.
I'm at full health! Yay! Okay.
Don't you have to attune the Iron Stone first?
Correct.
I would take time to tune it before we left.
If you guys
was
wanted
gonna
a short
say-
rest before you left, that's fine.
I was gonna say we should probably long rest in there. Because I got a feeling everyone's used a lot of stuff up.
Yeah, it has
No,
been quite a bit.
keep going, Grandpa.
No, Drow definitely wants to stop for a nice long rest because we got a lot of our stuff is used up.
Speak for yourself.
And that was a bedroom. Like, that was 2 beds and a nice house.
Yeah, I wouldn't exactly trust the beds.
Yeah, no.
It was still a nice house.
Yeah, I'm not sleeping in a hag house.
It has that old creature smell.
Smells like old grandma's. Ark.
Weird. We're walking away and it still smells like grandma's.
Yeah. Ark. The items that you packed up, are they in like just on your pack, strapped to your bag, or are they in like a container of holding?
My bag of holding, because I can't put it in another extra dimensional space created by item, is on my belt.
Okay. Very good.
The iron stone is orbiting my head.
Yeah. Okay.
So we're not long resting in the hut.
Doesn't sound like it.
I'm not staying in a hag house for 8 hours. You can forget
Neither
about
am
it.
I, no.
Okay.
That seems like a recipe for a bad time.
Actually, before we leave, I wait for everyone else to get on. Well, no, never mind. Can't do it. Never mind. I'm quiet.
All right. So the glade seems to be opening up before you. What are we doing?
I will send my familiar ahead to look and see what's in the glade. I still don't trust wherever we are.
Okay.
And meanwhile, I'll nature.
So the glade seems to house some form of like low sunken circular pit area that, from what your familiar can tell, doesn't seem to go down very far, maybe 4 or 5 feet at most. The glade in that pit area sits kind of centrally to the glade, and it's partially surrounded by large rock formations and smaller chunks of tree stumps that sit around kind of the bottom hemisphere of that pit. And it can, your familiar can just make out a small whimpering noise that can be heard from the exact middle of that sunken pit.
Might be kibble.
Oh, you know what we should have done?
Hmm.
Oh man, I wish I'd have thought of that.
Hey, Ark.
Should have
give me
put the
broom.
hat on Rokan. That way I can have a wizard pseudo-dragon familiar.
I think you'd been smart enough not to put it on.
What were you saying, Masaki?
Hand me the broom.
Hand you the broom. I figured either you or Navarro would have it. So
You said immediately able to use the broom.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And Navarro, you relayed back about the small whimpering thing in the center.
Yeah, I can't tell what it is, but it might be kibble.
With the broom, I should be able to fly out there and not touch ground or anything, and then be able to zip back. Correct?
Correct.
All right. I'm going to zip out, and if it is kibble, grab his ass and bring him back.
All right. So as you start nearing the pit, you can make out a small dark shape in the middle. A large burlap sack that seems to be moving and making sharp pain squeaks and whines. It sounds very, very familiar to you.
Do I see anything else?
Not currently.
I had time to put him in a sack.
Does the burlap bag look to be tied to anything as I'm coming in?
It does not.
And about how far away would Misaki be at this point?
So it is a large kind of space. Let me go ahead and pop that open for you.
Well, Oh no! It's
How
a
fast do I? Yeah,
It's
it's
a theatra.
and how fast does this broom move?
50 feet,
Okay.
unless you weigh a whole bunch.
Nope.
Okay, so again, those little white circles there are those like posts.
Those are the tree stumps.
Yep, small tree stump kind of things. Like if you took a really large tree and probably knocked a foot or so out of each section, and then set that down onto the ground.
What would it be?
Something tells me this is like an amphitheater or a fighting pit or something.
Yeah. I think it's very specifically a theater, but Ark would not know anything like about that. That's part of the problem. I know more than Ark does.
Still moving forward, Masaki?
Yeah, give me a second. I'm looking something up.
Okay.
Where the hell is it?
While he's flying, do I see any people on the perimeter of this thing?
Go ahead and give me a perception check.
Yeah, let me get in on that too.
All right.
Yeah, my perception should be better now, so...
Okay, 16.
Okay.
17.
Doesn't seem to be any people, but there are a variety of kind of footprints throughout the mud within the pit.
Humanoid?
From here, you can't quite tell.
I will approach but not enter the circle.
Okay.
Yeah. I will get up like there.
I don't know why, but it's like, oh, okay. I figured this out.
So, I assume, Katie, that I can cast that without taking a slot.
What is that?
Look in chat.
Which
The
chat?
5th level, the Discord, 5th level spell.
Oddly, I'm not seeing it.
There. I forgot to hit enter.
Ah, okay. Yes, you can.
Okay. Does that include the broom?
It does, because it's your wearable gear.
Fine. I do that
Okay.
on my way in.
Alrighty.
All right, and I
So,
try to see if I can discern the tracks. Well,
as you get to about there, so as Masaki moves forward, and what ends up happening is kind of a ghostly menagerie coalesces in and around the pit.
God.
Several of the ghosts appear near a burlap sack, holding large, curved, ethereal sticks, ready to attack the bag at a moment's notice. What you can assume is their leader starts to approach towards your group. He takes only a couple steps and is veritably right in front of Masaki. Like the other ghosts, this one appears in a very little garb, what looks to be basically like tribal dressings. This one is a larger version of the specimens, while all of the ghosts appear to have a very similar physique and stature to Ark. The leader stands a head and a half taller and wider than the rest, and that ghost intones a low growl, followed by some sort of form of guttural language, ending with the word Targus.
What's the language?
Not one that you would know.
I'm assuming it's probably undercommon or something, but none of us understand it. So,
Correct.
Doesn't somebody have a comprehend necklace
Yes.
or something?
They do, and they've been texted that information.
And I'm trying to read it right now.
And that leader does seem to be staring directly at you, Misaki.
Yeah, I figured. At which point I just drift back towards Ark.
Okay.
And I'll make it a show of the guy looking at me that all I'm doing is drifting back to relay
All right.
his missive. Not that I'm running away.
Perfect.
And when I land, I'll drop the invisibility. And so you get to go fight Ark.
okay.
Is
this like a one-on-one thing or a...
Well, they said the tiny one they've claimed as a prize for sport, which evidently this is a skull pit. So he says, in rough translation, win at skull pit, win the prize. Refuse to play, it dies. Cheat, it dies. Run, it dies. If you die, it dies. Winner will be lauded. Greatest winner will be carried on backs of the losing team and given highest honors in the court of Targus. Basically, if we don't want to kill Kibble, there has to be a fighting at the Skull Pit game. And the only way to get him is to win.
And as you state the name Targus, he growls out an additional set of guttural tones.
So what's the rules to the game?
As you're asking this and he's growling, I hold a finger up in front of you. We all get to play. Each team, 5 people. One's a watcher. One's a skull. Get skull in pit with no defenders, 1 point. 1 point for each defender. Fight, lose 5 points. Defender takes skull from more smashers than defenders, gain 2 points each smasher. If even, gain 1 point. First to 10 points wins. Smashers, whoever have skull. Defender, whoever not. Skull goes to middle after pitfall, and new defenders or ones who made pitfall.
What?
Yeah, I'm copying this over for you.
Thank you.
I mean, I will relate it, but it's going to be easier for me to just copy and paste.
Yeah. This sounds like it's football or soccer or something like that.
If only
I'm
we
not
had
sure.
It sounds like smashers are offensive, and defenders, of course, are defense.
Basically, it sounds like those little... Well, it seems like those little holes at the end are where we have to go.
And at that point, the burlap sack vanishes, and a skull appears in its place.
I still don't understand this. This is written so stupid.
Translating to common from an old tongue can be hard.
I love how it says
So-
greater spectator. They're probably greater specters. You ass.
One watcher, one skull.
Yeah, the skull. I guess.
So does that mean each team has 5 members and 1 member of the team is the watcher? Get the skull in the pit for 1 point.
Well, aren't we short a member?
There's only
Yeah.
4 of us here. Are we to assume that we end up pausing until Kaizon's back? I don't know. What time is it?
8:45.
9:40.
Okay.
Reread this.
So we can't. So we're not allowed to fight them.
It seems like it's a bit like
We need somebody to figure out how to talk good.
is he still standing out there in the middle?
You see him move off to the south, so he's the single figure down there.
Arena Ghost number 5.
Yep.
What's this thing out in front of us at the top?
That is a shadow.
I hope it's the referee.
Okay.
So I think that's the Watcher. And then the skull is obviously the skull.
Okay, so then
So-
teams of 5. Okay.
So if they take the skull from the Smasher, if there's more Smashers than defenders, they get 2 points. If it's an even number of defenders, it's 1.
What? So you can attack the defenders?
No, so that or it's if one person runs in and grabs the skull and there's 4 if there's no defenders present when you get the skull, you get a point.
That makes...
Hang on, or if there are defenders present, you get a point per defender. If you end up getting into a fight with the defender, you lose 5 points.
Okay, so if there's no defenders, you gain a point. You get an extra point for each defender there, assumably.
Right.
Yeah.
Defender
That
takes
makes
skull for
sense.
more smashers than that. Okay, so I'm assuming if you
So if the defender successfully defends it,
right. But
they,
then that. So does that mean anybody trying to get the skull then is considered a smasher, and anybody trying to defend the skull is a defender?
So the team that has the skull is the Smashers.
Okay.
And then the defenders are the team that doesn't have the skull.
And they're trying to keep them from scoring.
So if they take the skull from the Smasher, they get 2 points.
Unless there's an even number of, like, if there's one defender and
Right.
one Smasher, then
Right.
they only
So-
get 1 point.
Yeah, Navarro's right. The very bottom part, the smashers or who have the skull, defenders, whoever not.
And skull goes to middle after pitfall, and the defenders are the ones who made... And new defenders are ones who made the pitfall. Okay, so the
So
smashers...
it changes hands afterwards.
Yeah, so it's like flipping possessions in football.
Okay.
Okay, so that makes
so-
sense. So that means one of us starts off as the smashers and one the defenders then. It's not a matter of who gets there first gets that
Yeah.
position.
So I'm assuming they're starting off as defenders
Okay, so
because they're blocking the pits.
Other than this, it doesn't specify really any magic. So, like, you can use, like, control magic, like a wall or something, to keep them from moving around.
Just remember they're ghosts, so
True.
they may not care.
So don't do
And the-
anything that damages them.
and the first 1 to 10 points wins.
Okay, so now I just need to understand the point system because it makes it seem like the number of people around that matters.
Okay, so get the skull in pit, no defenders. So
So if there's no defenders on the pit, you get 1 point. If there's one defender, you get 2 points. If there are 2 defenders, you get 3 points.
Okay,
And then if you're defending and you get the skull back, if there's an even number, so like if the same number of smashers and defenders, then you get 1 point. If there are more smashers than defenders, you get 2 points.
Gotcha.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure that all makes sense.
So it actually
That makes sense to me.
But according to this, if there's more defenders than smashers, it doesn't say they get a point. So it's advantageous to go in with more defenders against you, as long as it's the reward pays off anyway.
Yes, if you go in against more defenders than you have attackers, you get more points.
Right, and the defenders wouldn't get a point because they have an advantage. Just so basically, okay. I think I got it.
Okay, so that makes sense. We're starting off as smashers. We want to get that skull into the pit without violencing anybody.
So,
Does anyone
do we
have
have?
anything that does passive reactionary damage?
Not that I know of.
Okay.
So, Kedra, are those 3 pits then that we see that they're all 5 guarding?
Yep. And around those pits, you see kind of about foot and a half sticks that look like they're very thin torches sticking out of either side. Basically 10 per, 5 on either side of each pit. And the sticks seem to be colored slightly different from one another based on what side of the pit they're on.
They're the scoring markers.
Okay.
So
it still doesn't answer us being down a person.
Yeah, can we get a placeholder out of one of these spectators?
I'll give you guys the ponderance on that. Do you want to wait for Kaizen next week? Or do you want to throw something in like Rokan?
I mean,
Definitely not Rokan. Although
Would
Rokan
Rokan
can fly, right?
he can, and he can pick up the skull and fly pretty fast. But I'm assuming ghosts can fly too, so once we start flying, it's over.
Unless, well,
He's got a 60-foot fly, though, so if we tag him in, we can literally toss the skull to him in the air and let him fly it in, and we just keep the defenders from getting airborne.
or alternatively, he can draw them up, then drop the skull down to one of us who's running around, and then we can just score.
Might not be the worst thing.
did the
Honest-
Watcher just move?
It did. So you see that shadow come slowly floating in towards you guys and drops a total of 5 sticks. Each one looks like a physical counterpart to the curved ethereal sticks that each of the ghosts are wielding.
I think there's sort of a lacrosse element to this.
Wait, do we got to use the sticks to hit the skull? Can we not just pick the skull up?
It just turned into field hockey.
So,
Well, we're all proficient with
well, if it turned
quarterback.
into field hockey, that means we can whip them with a stick all we want.
No
I
fighting.
believe that counts as fighting.
Yep.
I swear to God, if you whip him with a stick, Draho, I will murder you.
I'll just put him in the pit.
Honestly, I'm wondering if Draho would even be helpful in this, because I got an 8 strength and 18 dex. I mean, would I even be... Rokan has an 18 strength and a 15 dex.
Well, this is going to be more of a speed and agility thing because that skull's probably not that heavy. Or are they sticks, or do they have baskets on them?
They are sticks. Think like hockey stick. Just not quite as, shall we say, well made.
They're
So I assume we're literally just hitting
they
it around the
almost look
ground.
like they're made from living wood.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
all
Someone
right.
ask him if we're allowed to sub in people later.
No, I think what it's going to be is we may just want to wait till we have Kaizen here. Because
Yeah.
I don't think Rokamp. No,
If he has to play with a stick, Rokan is not going to help.
right.
Also, to be fair, his spells might come in handy as well.
Yeah,
But we might want to do buffs and stuff too before we get started.
Yeah. It's probably a good idea. I think we should wait for Kaizen. I was just
Oh no, it's
debating
approaching us.
what's he got to say this time.
Oh. I mean, it's nobody can talk back to him, so I don't know that it matters.
And he does intone gutturally, very briefly.
So
Yeah,
yeah,
I mean,
we'll wait for Kaizen. But
if he wants to be impatient, I'm just gonna point at each of us and raise one finger for each of us, then point at the 4 fingers, and then on another hand show him 5, so he understands that we can't play yet.
He kind of looks at you and shrugs, very dismissively.
He asks if we're ready to fight or if we need to rest. And I'm assuming when I speak, I'm speaking in native tongue. I'm not speaking in their tongue. I'm not speaking in their language. I can just comprehend them, right?
Correct. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I'm like, we would like to rest. We've traveled hard to get here and fought to get here.
He points towards the kind of rock in the upper right-hand corner.
Okay. Look like a dugout.
Yep.
Right here.
that's sort of like
right over here where I just moved, Ketty.
Yep. So basically right about there. At the back end of the rock, so the north side, you see this kind of cut out bit into the earth. And it recedes into a room that's moderately sized, say basically 30 by 30. Seems to have a fire pit, a few bedrolls that seem to be very, very old. So like very worn straw, almost decaying, with slight cloth-like blankets above them.
I say we take an 8-hour and come to this thing fully prepared.
Yeah, as they're ethereal and spectral in nature, I'm pretty sure they'll just stay in place and wait.
yeah, they've got time.
Nothing but.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to rush us on this. They want a good
I'll
fight after
kibble
all.
in the bag for 8 hours. What is going on? You're right there.
So, pulling a long rest, and we pick this back up next time?
Okay.
Yeah, that
would
sounds
be
good.
the smart thing.
All right. Well, then we'll go ahead and call it there. Thanks to everyone watching and to the players for playing. See you guys next week.
And I need to discuss